Hello, this is a Mayan calendar update. Thank you for tuning in. I don't do too many of these Mayan calendar updates, and there's good reason for that. And the reason is because I really got no new information. So all the information that I knew before, well, it's still on this channel. So before I start making these videos, I wanted to tell myself I either need to have new info or enough time to go by to analyze what has happened within consciousness. I don't have any new info, but I have seen enough time go by to analyze what has happened. Near the end of the year 2009, I made a video that got a lot of views for predictions for 2010. And there's only one, and the prediction was that we would find the legitimacy towards Dr. Carl Kalaman's date of his zero date, if you will, the end of the Mayan calendar for October 28th, 2011, versus that of the mainstream date of December 21st, 2012. Now, if we take that 2012 date, which really started to get big in 2007 on the internet, and we think about it for a second. Okay, there is no proof on the date. There's no proof on any date, so you can only speculate if we want to find the date. There is really no evidence. But when we notice that it's been spewed at large amounts, and everyone just happens to go with either the 21st or 22nd of December, it kind of makes me wonder, you know what, if everyone talks about it, then it's most likely not correct. But in 2009, I was stating that if December 21st is the date, that the halfway point of this current cycle, the 8th cycle, the truth ethics cycle, the halfway point is mid-January, around the 20th of January 2010. And around that time, give or take a few months, we need to see something big happen, that when we look after the fact, we'll say, yeah, roughly around January 2010, this big event happened, or these things happened, or whatever. So therefore, it's been a year. What happened around 2010, January, give or take 3 or 4 months? Anyone know? Because nothing major happened in that time frame. Now, if Dr. Carl Kalaman's date is 14 months earlier than the December 2012 date, then all I need to do is subtract 14 months from January 2010 that is, to get the midway point. And when I do that, I get November 2008. What major events happened then? And there was a lot. It was the heat of the financial crises. A lot of stuff happened then. The quantitative easing, the bailouts, and maybe even the President Obama election. I say maybe because something after the fact has to happen for that to be an out-of-the-ordinary presidential election, meaning he is that antichrist or something later on happens within Obama. And because of that, I'm getting more emphasis for 2011, October of 2011, to be the end date of the Mayan calendar. But mainly, I'm giving hardly any precedence whatsoever for December 2012 to be that date, give or take even like 4 months. I don't think it will be at that point. So I'm either thinking it's October of 2011, give or take a little bit, or much later on. Now, when this cycle ends, we go from the transition from the 8th cycle to the 9th cycle, we move to the conscious co-creation. What we should start to notice is the truth movement to start to dwindle down. Not to end, but not to be as aggressive as it is today and yesterday. And the movement of action and change to start, and I really say start, to come into play, just like the truth movement started in like 2000. And maybe you can say, well, it really didn't start really that much. And well, that's the whole point. The start of a cycle really is very basic and minute. So I look at what's going on now. I see that the magnetic fields are changing, and I'm no expert or even close to it when it comes to this whole astrology kind of deal. but a lot of weird stuff is going on at this moment right now. And I've heard a few other people, spiritual people, talking about these big energy changes happening now. So I want to wait over the next 6 to 8 weeks, see what's going on. I'll report back later. But it does seem as if we would move to a place where we go through change and action, where we've got this truth movement. Okay, the dollar's created this way. Okay, gold and silver is good because of this. Okay, Monsanto does this and destroys our food. Okay, the government does this and does that. And we eat this food and all this type of stuff that we're going through. We got the truth. We got the information. Now what do you do with the information? And that's what the next step really is. Taking that information and taking action. So if I don't see much action this year, I'm going to not only throw away 2011, I'm going to throw away 2012, but predict it to be 2013, 2014 for that 0 date. And if, of course, Carl Kalaman is correct, then the next 6-8 weeks would be a major, major change, because based on the data I have, April of 2012 is when this cycle should end. So once again, subtract 14 months, that brings us to February 2011, which is really a month from now. So we'll see if any of this type of stuff happens to transition within the world. But I'm giving a heck of a lot of less precedence to December of 2012, give or take 4 or 5 months, which is pretty much about a year. So thank you for watching, and I'll try to keep you updated when I can. Take care.